Welcome back. So, I know everybody's used to using apps to order food like DoorDash, Uber Eats, things of that nature, and sometimes they get your order wrong. Sometimes they show up without stuff you wanted. Sometimes it's not the right stuff. Now, usually when that happens, I just go back on the app and I usually get a refund. A lot of times I've gotten lots of refunds. Sometimes I even get to keep the wrong item they've given me, and I get my money back. So I just go get something else from another store, or I just reorder. It's a simple process, pretty streamlined. Every now and then you gotta use the chat feature to yell at the people because they're not giving you enough money back. But other than that, usually it works. I don't get too irate or too mad. Usually it's just an inconvenience because I don't get the food I want, or I didn't get it the way I wanted it, or I'm missing an item. So then, yeah, you do get mad, or you go hungry, or something of that nature. But it's not really a catastrophe. I don't really have a meltdown. However, that's not the case with everyone. Now, I know there's been a viral video that's been going super viral over the last few days. Comes out of DC at a Chipotle of all things. And a lady got her order wrong, and she decided to come into the Chipotle. Now, when I first saw this footage, there was no context to it, so I just thought the lady happened to be in the line at the Chipotle, and she just didn't like the portions that the people gave her and went behind the counter. No, this is actually a lady who ordered, and they got the order wrong, and she actually went down to the Chipotle and went behind the counter, and all hell broke loose. But here, let's check it out.
Police say they are now investigating this wild video. It's been seen all over social media. It shows Chipotle employees trying to stop a customer who comes behind the counter to make her own food. It all happened on December 21st at the Chipotle on 30th Street in Northeast. Once it's almost done, an employee tries to take the bowl. She hits him. Police say she got another full bowl before leaving. At this time, no charges have been filed.
That is wild.
Now, where do I even begin on that? It's not that serious. I'm going to put that right there. It's not that serious. I don't know what type of big back action that was, but really? You get mad, you come down there and you go around the counter and you start pushing people around and just start helping yourself to whatever you want, making your own bowl. Then you want to start fighting with the employees, push people, throw the food at them. Seriously, so you want to catch a case over a burrito bowl? Seriously. The food was that good? You wanted the food that badly that you were going to risk going to prison or going to jail over a burrito bowl? You actually got in your car and went all the way down there to engage in that. That's the way. That's what we live in the world today. That's crazy. I can't imagine that. I feel bad for the workers, especially that guy that got hit in the face with that burrito bowl. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but that's wild. I'm sure he didn't picture that happening that day. When I watched the original video without the newscast and stuff, you heard a person in the background, just let her do it. Just let her do it. So we just supposed to let everybody go back there. You know, they do have buffets that you can go to and just help yourself. I was like, plus that's just unsanitary. You know, they probably had to stop, close the store, wash everything down just because that lady came back there. She just came in from outside, bare hands, just started grabbing everything, just made herself at home, and was like, these people better let me do this. And then when the dude tried to grab the bowl, she let him have it. That's terrible. I hope that guy's pressing charges. But I did find another news video that went more in depth to why this happened. Let's check it out.
And now to Washington, D.C., where a Chipotle customer was caught on video attacking an employee. I mean, it's incredible video.
The employee says the woman claimed her order was wrong and demanded a refund. However, workers say when they told her that Uber Eats had to issue that refund, she got upset, walked behind the counter, and started making her own burrito bowl.
Leslie Moreno shows us how this incident escalated fast.
Roberto Hernandez says watching the video is triggering and traumatizing. On Saturday, he was working his normal shift at the Chipotle in DC's Brentwood neighborhood when a customer attacked him. The video has since gone viral with over 7 million views.
I was mad, upset, but to me, I'm a man. I can't hit a female. So I walked away.
Hernandez says the woman ordered a burrito bowl on Uber Eats but returned and demanded a refund, saying her order was wrong. Hernandez and his manager explained refunds are issued by Uber. That's when Hernandez says things escalated and the woman proceeded to walk behind the counter and make herself several bowls with extra meat.
And she was like, I want to remake the whole thing. I want tomato, double meat, and everything. And I looked at the receipt and everything. It was not double meat, no tomato, nothing, all that.
Hernandez says he's a loyal employee who's worked at this location for over 2 years. He has yet to hear from corporate, but he'd like to see security inside the store. He now says the woman is threatening him online.
Yesterday, she was saying I'm gonna come back and stab them and all that. I was scared. She was scaring my coworkers and all that too.
In a statement to WUSC 9, Chipotle said in part, "We do not condone guests who mistreat our team members. We are working cooperatively with local law enforcement and hope justice will be served." Hernandez has a message for the customer.
I hope that food was good.
So I like how he said that at the end. I hope that food was good. That was funny. So at this time, I haven't seen any updates on whether they got that lady or arrested her or anything or pressed any charges. I think their corporate said they are working with the police and they did file a police report, but that's sad. That's crazy. Then he also said she still was online talking about coming back down there. Really? 'Cause I'm assuming she did. She left with the bowl, so she still wants to come down there and get them. And they're not even the ones who messed it up. And even like he said, even on her receipt, it didn't even show what she was coming down to the store to get. So she went above and beyond and helped herself to something she didn't even order to begin with. So that's crazy. But that's just the way of the world. People feel entitled. I mean, you really went down there and drove down there when you could have handled everything on the app. But I guess she was super hungry to begin with. That's insane. You're gonna risk jail time for a burrito bowl. And I don't know. I don't understand that. But they got me to thinking, what if it's Chipotle itself? This isn't the first incident I was looking at for Chipotle. Well, we go back about 6 months, I think, in the Bay Area. An incident happened in the Bay Area at a Chipotle. Let's check that out.
Things getting a little heated at this Chipotle restaurant in the Bay Area. A fight between a worker and customer caught on camera. At one point in the video, you see the woman there barefoot standing on top of the countertop yelling. Later, 2 other customers are seen throwing things at worker, throwing food actually at these workers. Police were called. Not clear if anyone ended up being arrested.
So that happened. I don't really know the context of what happened in that one, but apparently, customer was mad at one of the workers, and it looks like people everywhere don't mind going around the counter or even going up on the counter at Chipotle. So that got me to thinking some more, because then I knew about another incident that happened 8 months ago, and this one was in Southfield, Michigan. Let's check that out.
We've been covering the news for a long time, but this is a first. A shooting over a guacamole at a crowded restaurant with tons of people eating and in line. It's hard to believe, but we talked to witnesses who saw it all firsthand. Take a look. Chaos at Chipotle. A customer shoots an employee.
It was loud, and then we all just ran out because it was, wouldn't expect to, I wasn't really thinking about there was going to be a shot, but there was.
It happened shortly before 7 o'clock Friday night at the Chipotle on Evergreen in Southfield. Witnesses say it all started out as an argument over food. A source close to the investigation says it was specifically over guacamole.
I was just eating a bowl and I heard shouting, and then I look over, they're arguing. One of the workers went to the back, I don't know why, and then when he was in the back, the customer walked around the counter, tried to grab his food and put it in a bag. And then the employee came back and they started fighting, and then we heard a gunshot and just ran out as quick as we could.
The employee, a 21-year-old man, shot in the leg but expected to survive. Meanwhile, the suspect.
He took his time getting out. He was probably 30 seconds after it. I was in my car and I saw him just walk out to his car, close the door, and just drive off. Like he didn't speed off or anything. It was weird to see.
Police arrested the 32-year-old man in a parking lot not far away. Customers who witnessed it all, not surprisingly, in shock.
That's not something you would expect, like ever.
I wasn't really thinking. I was just trying to get out of there after I heard the shot because it got real all of a sudden.
I still really have not processed it. It's going to take me a while for sure. It was very scary.
Such an incredibly bizarre story. Now, of course, they closed the doors as soon as police got there. Once 911 was called, the scene was secured. But we talked to people who came to either pick up food that they'd ordered or just to place an order, and they were shocked as well to find out what had happened. Meanwhile, no word on whether or not the guy took his food on his way out. I'm sure more to come on this one.
So you see in that incident, the man actually shot somebody, shot a worker over guacamole. You can't make this stuff up. He was going to take somebody's life over some guacamole. I don't know what to say. One thing I do have to ask, though, because I've been to Chipotle, but maybe I'm ordering the wrong thing. Because none of their food has ever made me want to wild out, jump over the counter, on the counter, or shoot someone. So maybe I'm ordering the wrong thing. If you could tell me down in the comments, is Chipotle hitting like that? Is Chipotle got the food that makes people go buck wild and want to create larceny, robbery, murder just to get a burrito bowl? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is their food hitting like that? I don't know what to tell you. Got a couple incidents. I even seen some more videos going back to last year of different incidents happen at Chipotle. So Chipotle must, I don't know what they got in their food. Do they got some crack in their food? I don't know. But people have been losing their mind over Chipotle. Maybe this is a Chipotle epidemic coming up. I don't know. But I do know one thing. If you have a problem with your food, if you have a problem with the order on an app, handle that on the app. And if you have a problem with your food, you can talk to people normally without trying to jump over a counter and fight somebody or try to shoot somebody over some food. That's barbaric and it's silly. And you're going to go to prison or go to jail over some food. It's asinine and it's crazy. And it just shows, it's indicative of how people are entitled and crazy in this world right now to really think that you're going to go abuse some fast food worker. And seriously, I just don't understand it. This is wild. Let me know in the comments if you think this is just normal behavior now. We're going to see more of this. Is it going to escalate? And please also, again, hit me back and say, what's hitting at Chipotle to make people go this buck wild over the food? Anyway, until next time.